Check, check, 1 2. 1 2 1 2 ABC. Somebody has to open the mic somewhere.
That might be me.
Oh, hi, Glenn. How are you?
I'm okay. Let me fix this problem. Is that any better?
I don't think it's you, Glenn. I think it's something in our office.
Oh, okay.
So the only laptops that are in the Zoom meeting are these two. 1 2 1 2.
Sarah Performance-based design.
Is this working? Glenn, can you hear me?
Yes. Do you hear me?
That was it.
I can't hear Glenn.
So what was happening? You just hear that thing. It's creating some weird feedback. It's pretty clean now.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you hear Glenn?
yours on-
Because I can't hear Glenn if
I
he's.
can hear him.
You can hear him? Yeah.
Do you hear me?
We have to be able to hear something now. Like we have to be able to hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let me do this.
Stand by for us 1 second, please, Glenn.
Yep.
You getting the stream okay? Which is weird because I hear it in the room.
And then the delay.
Second delay from my back. Like 15 from my iPad. I know, which is why I was like, you know, you have to be in this room. It might be weird because of the latency. Almost all that's okay. Oh, really? Sometimes it was. It's the microphone. He's gonna have that closed. He's gonna control down on and off during the actual thing. He's gonna talk to people right now. Let's see what this does. Okay, so Glenn is on the other end.
Hey, Glenn, can you talk now? I want to see if I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? This is Glenn. Can you hear me? This is Glenn testing. Can you hear me?
Nothing goes through the webcast. You can't hear him in the room.
Yeah, we're hearing you on the webcast correctly. We're just trying to be able to monitor in our room. So stand by for 1 second.
Okay.
Almost there. Here's Laura.
It's Debbie, actually.
Wait, that's not Laura.
My
That's
name.
Debbie
That's Debbie.
posing as Laura.
Yes. I get more respect that way.
There's Don.
I'm here.
You have an angel halo today, Don.
Oh, do I? Oh, look at that.
Yes. That's better.
I'm new to-
Much better. Yeah, good.
So then you can have that sound.
Hello, this is Alistair Stone. Hi.
Hi, Alistair.
Hi.
Hey,
This is Mike. No, this is return.
Oh,
hi, Jerry.
Hi.
Hello.
It's Andy Herman.
There's another
Hi,
Laura
everyone.
champion. There's three of you on the line.
No.
You came back from
Check.
your Middle Eastern trip,
It's working.
Laura?
welcome home.
I know. I don't have my background on right now. I'll experiment with that. I know, I was on a call yesterday, and it's sort of like the background kind of like flicks a little bit. I don't know what's
Yeah.
And it's got that halo.
Yeah, but the person, I didn't have mine on, the other person had it, and it was like, when they moved, it kind of flipped a little, so you're like,
Yeah,
sure,
that's,
you're okay.
that's the virtual background.
Yeah.
So James, looks like
Hey, this is
in a
James and
room.
David.
you're in your
Today.
room there.
Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Andy, how are you today?
All right, my second meeting of the day.
Yeah.
So James, it looks like we have everyone on the call that needs to be.
Hey, this is
And
David.
You're on mute though,
Can you hear us?
James.
Talking right now? I don't think they can hear us. Can they hear us?
Everyone but James.
James, if you're talking, you're on mute
This-
still.
So let's switch to internal PC camera, internal PC one.
See, this is still coming
And then
through
you gotta
here.
pull that out.
Yeah.
Pull out the
That
mic.
was
That's
messing me up.
better. Now we can hear.
You hear it?
Can't do that. What if I talk like this? Does that come through?
No.
I can't hear him.
They're before the rest of you got on the line, they were having some feedback problems they're trying to resolve. So
Oh, in their office
mic's
there.
on and off.
Okay, which mic is on right now? Is it-
How's everybody else doing?
Both of these input mics are
Pretty
coming
good.
through his system.
Thank you, Sarah, for that really cute little Twitter photo of our puzzle here. It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
This way, you always got to dress like you're going to be out in the public.
That's great.
And thank you for all the presenters for submitting your presentations. That's great. I think James has all that he needs, but we'll hear that from him in a bit.
Use the mic that's built into the.
Did you
I want to hear from Debbie, but this must be a record for Structures Congress to have all the presentations a week ahead of time.
Maybe we can't have this.
Absolutely.
The PC or something.
Absolutely.
Can't get it working in time.
Well, I'm supposed to.
Brittany, give us an update on the number signed up. We've had a record jump in participation.
Yeah, I was just sorry. I'm trying to adjust the camera. I was just looking at. We had 1,001, and it's
Yay.
probably
Well, the sound's going in the system.
went up a little bit more.
Go to the system, so we can't all.
People are dying for human contact.
I think
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Even if it's virtual.
But it needs to go
Yep.
through the website.
It's
Yeah,
great.
and we'll
I'm
have-
learning a lot from this.
Well, I expect another bump. I think ASC News will promote it tomorrow, so we'll see where it goes from here.
Okay, so the only sound we can.
John, the ILC group from ASC is all interested in your presentation. I was on a chain this morning about that.
Uh-huh.
They're interested in it, you say?
Yeah, because of the performance-based design aspect of,
And then you have to control
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
so that's exciting too. Not a big group, but important group.
All right, good.
All right.
Hey
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
David. Hey, so the issue we were having is we're set up correctly for the live stream, but we're doing this a little bit differently to be able to communicate with you. So that was giving us problems, but this wouldn't be, we would not be talking into this laptop, so we wouldn't have this issue when we're broadcasting live, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So anyways, what we could do is kind of take it from the top and get a feel for how we're gonna go through this. On the day of the broadcast, guys, we don't want you to join with your cameras on. Okay, when you join the meeting, we want everyone to have their cameras turned off. And go ahead and do that now. And that way I will be in control of whose camera is going to be on the stream. And I will be instructing people via chat to turn your cameras on and when to turn your cameras off. So for our first presenter, we're going to have Laura Champion, who's going to bring us. So
right now we've
got
got
the title slide up, and we'll be playing some music just so that people can see, can hear that there is music coming through. But we're going to skip all that, and we're going to move on as if we were kicking off at 1:30. So I need Laura Champion to please turn her camera on.
All right, actually, so there's a question. Sorry, Jane. Should I just turn the audio off on Zoom? I just have a cover on my camera. That's what I did.
So Laura, if you take your mouse and drag it to the bottom left, do you see start video?
Yeah.
Start video button. So if you click that, then it'll turn your camera off. Go ahead and click that so you can see how that works. There you go.
Okay.
So when your camera's not on, click that, and then when you want it, just you can go ahead and turn on your camera now. Okay, perfect. All right. So now just leave that on, Laura, and I'm going to cue you. Okay. Now live, we're doing this live. This is going to come via chat. Do you have your chat screen open?
Well, this is the issue with me and my. Glenn gave me some hints on how to do the Zoom, but right now I have my speaking part. When I put it up, it's up on my screen. So I'm working on trying to get it. So when that happens, I don't see my Zoom screen.
I see. Yeah, that's fine. I guess it's just going to be a matter of, like if I send you a chat right now, you're not going to see it.
Yes, I will. So what I'll do is I'll keep this on, and then when you send me to go, all I have to do is just go I just have to click on my file, and then I'll start.
Toggle.
I just have it closed.
Laura, if your monitor is wide enough, you might have room. What I've done on mine is I have my speaking notes directly in front of me, but I have shrunk down the Zoom meeting window and put it over to one side.
Oh, I can put it on a different screen, actually, if I want to do that. But I can do that, too.
Okay.
So let me just try, see if I can move it. All right.
The other thing is if you just use Alt-Tab keystrokes, you can toggle between different windows quickly.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just get this. Okay. Okay, so this is why I didn't want it to do it on the side, because then I have to look to the side, but we can do it that way. Right, James?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's on the wrong screen.
No, I got it. I was just trying to figure out which way to do it best.
All right.
Do you see the text that I sent you through Zoom already?
Yes, on the countdown, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do that again, and once I say one, after I say one, then that's going to be your cue. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm
going to send you the chat in the private. So guys, you're not going to see this. Just go into Laura Champion. One, and it's going to be your cue. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
5.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to send you the chat in the private. So guys, you're not going to see this. Someone is watching a video in the background, and we're hearing this delay. So if you guys have your video on, please mute it, turn it down low. We cannot hear that in the background, otherwise it's going to give us a problem. All right, I think it's gone. So Laura, you're going 5. I'm going to the chat, going 5, 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Laura Champion, Director of the Structural Engineering Institute of ASCE. Welcome to this special virtual event of Structures Congress 2020 highlight content that was planned for this week in St. Louis. The COVID-19 pandemic has certainly changed how we do things in the past week. The SEI leadership, our Board of Governors, the ASCE, and the SEI staff hope that you and yours are staying healthy during these unprecedented times. Thank you to all the members and presenters who were involved in planning for the canceled in-person event. Today's event is just a snapshot of the 2020 Structures Congress content we want to share with everyone. We are recording the event and it will be available to view for all the structural engineering community. We are pleased that you have joined us today and we'll keep you posted for more online opportunities. Now I would like to introduce SEI President Glenn Bell, who will start today's program. Glenn recently retired from Simpson, Gumpers, and Hager after 45 years, which included 22 years as the CEO, to devote himself full-time to professional service. He is currently co-director of the Cross US program, board member of the Charles Pankow Foundation, and external assessment panel member for the Center for Risk-Based Community Resilience Planning at Colorado State University, and Galilee Dickinson Visiting Scholar at the University of Bath in UK. Please enjoy the program today, and now I welcome Glenn Bell.
That was
That's
perfect,
perfect,
Laura.
Laura. Glenn, I did send you a text. There you are. I see you now.
I don't see the text, but I figured it was time to turn the camera on. How do I?
Okay, you're good.
Have I? Oh, all right.
Okay,
Okay, so I saw that you turned.
I didn't have the window open, that right window open.
Okay.
Let me do, okay, I've got it now, thank you.
So
the way we're going to cue that is when Laura's reading her script, she's going to say, now I would like to introduce SEI President Glenn Bell. At that point, that's your cue to turn your camera on. Okay? And that's all you got to worry about. We'll take care of the rest about who's on the screen and when.
So James, you'll turn off my camera then, right?
Laura, when you're done speaking, you can disable your camera. I can turn it off if you need me to, but that's totally fine if you just turn it off.
Well, it's just easier for me. This is what I'd be doing. I'd be doing this because it's easy because I got like multiple screens open. Then I'll go turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I got 3 screens. I got my script in front of me.
I see. Okay, well, in that case, that's fine, because I can turn your camera off, so that's fine.
Just turn me off, and then I'll, because I got the Zoom camera on the other side here.
Okay, so let's try this one time. Let's try taking it from Glenn, recently retired. Glenn, you can leave your camera on, but Laura, let's go back to you for a minute.
Yep.
Just so we can get that right.
Okay. Ready?
One sec. I just sent you. You're going to see a message on your Zoom window. I know that it's on the other screen. You're going to see a Zoom window message saying to turn on your camera.
I know. I don't see these messages coming up on my Zoom platform. So that's the problem.
Ask to start video.
Wait a minute. Here it is. All right. So I've lost the screen with the chat, actually.
Try Alt-Tab.
Alt-Tab?
To cycle through what windows are open.
Alt-Tab.
You hold down the Alt button down, and you hit Tab to see what windows are open, and you can see the different ones that are open.
Okay. Got way too many windows open. That's my problem.
And as you hit Tab, you can toggle through the different windows. Once you let go of Alt, it selects whichever one's highlighted.
All right, but for some reason my Zoom is not live. Really weird.
I'm sending the message to ask. Well, is Laura Champion still Laura Champion? Because when Debbie signed on and said she was Laura Champion.
Oh.
I saw 3 Laura Champions online.
Okay, let me just.
Yeah,
all I can do is ask you to start the video. I can't actually turn your video on.
All right, well, let me just get out of the screen here a second. I don't know where, I just gotta close a bunch of windows. For some reason, I've lost the whole Zoom screen. Okay. Let me just get it out of here. I don't know why this is doing this. All right, so James,
Yeah, we're
We're here.
I'm going to show you what my screen shows. Well, I can't do that. I don't know what happened, but I've lost the whole toolbar for the Zoom. Right now it says start my video later.
Click
Like
start
your video now, maybe?
I don't know. It's weird. Never happened to me before, of course. I'm gonna have to log
There you
in.
go.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on now.
Okay, I don't know whatever happened right there. I still don't have the toolbar though. How do you get the toolbar back?
So, can you share your screen so we can see what you're looking at?
Yep. No, I can't. I don't. That's why I'm trying. I lost the toolbar. I'm gonna log back in.
Doesn't it appear down here?
Lost the whole thing.
Yes. And also a note about the chat, guys. When we're in the presentation, we cannot be sending the chat to everyone. Right now it's okay because we're doing some practice stuff, but please don't use the chat to everyone feature during the presentation. You can do private chatting. All right, we lost Laura Champion.
Just came back.
Okay, here she is.
All right. I don't know what happened with this main screen. So now it says the host has asked you to start your video. Start my video?
Yes. That's what I was requesting, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Hopefully that won't happen.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to do the countdown and then I'll just start from where Glenn is.
Yes, but I don't see your video now. Did you turn it on?
Okay.
Yep.
I have you now.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna take it from. And you want me to do the chat message to you like I did before to start you to cue you?
Yeah, and then I'm just going to do the end of my speech.
Okay.
All right, great. And we've got Glenn Bell already set up. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start this off. I'm gonna send you a chat here.
Good afternoon. I'm Laura Champion, Director of the Structural Engineering Institute of ASCE. Now I would like to introduce SEI President Glenn Bell, who will start today's program. Glenn recently retired from Simpson, Gumpertz & Hager after 45 years, which included 22 years as the CEO, to devote himself full-time to professional service. He is co-director of Cross US, board member of the Charles Pankow Foundation, external assessment panel member for the Center for Risk-Based Community Resilience Planning at Colorado State University, and also the Gallantly Dickinson Visiting Scholar at the University of Bath in the UK. Please welcome Glenn Bell.
Thank you, Laura. I'd like to also acknowledge the many member volunteers, technical and local planning committees, sponsors, exhibitors, partners and cooperating organizations, and staff for their efforts that went into the planning of the on-site events scheduled for Structures Congress 2020. SEI staff particularly have done a phenomenal job over the past 3.5 weeks, shifting gears from our usual in-person Congress format to the virtual event we will enjoy today. Unless you've had a chance to witness firsthand what they pulled off, It's hard to imagine how challenging it was. As difficult as it's been, we felt it was important that we carry on in some manner after the cancellation of the in-person Congress. What we'll share today is a sample of what was planned for the in-person Congress. And in the weeks ahead, we will announce ways to make available more content and opportunities to connect remotely. Now there's a slide. I have a question. Do I keep going?
You keep going. We put the
Slide transition here, and I can't see what's going on, so I just keep going?
You won't even know it, but we just put the slide up, so people that are watching live are going to hear you and then see that slide come up.
All right.
You won't even know it.
Thank you. First, Sarah Sladek will deliver her keynote, Generations at Work, How to Make the Most of Multi-Generational Teams. Sarah's presentation will be followed by about 10 minutes of live Q&A chat with our audience. You can submit your questions at any time during or after the presentation via the chat box on your screen. We'll then have a short break before our second presentation on developments with Cross-US, confidential reporting on structural safety in the United States, with myself, Alistair Sohn, and Andy Herman. This will again be followed by Q&A from the viewing audience, and then followed by another short break. The final presentation is Performance-Based Design is the Future with Don Dusenberry. Don chairs the SEI committee that's developing a course to advance the profession from prescriptive to performance-based design. After his presentation, we'll have a final round of Q&A. Thank you again to our Structures Congress sponsors, partnering organization, the Institution of Structural Engineers, United Kingdom, and cooperating organizations. I'm now pleased to introduce Sarah Sladek. Sarah is a best-selling author, speaker, and CEO. Since 2002, her life's work has been dedicated to helping organizations engage future generations of members and talent. As a leading researcher of generational insights, Sarah has authored several books and research papers on generational topics. Her book, Talent Generation, identifies the core strategies essential to engaging today's talent. Sarah's expertise has been prominently featured in international media, and she has keynoted events worldwide. Backed by years of experience and supported by solid research, Sarah remains committed to helping organizations engage every generation to thrive and prosper in the new economy. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Glenn.
Hi,
What
I'm
else
Sarah
am I supposed to
Sladek.
say here? I'm
Welcome
not
to
sure.
the 2020 Structures Congress. This is Generations at Work.
Presentation.
Well,
Hi,
can you
I'm
repeat
Sarah
it, Sarah?
Sladek.
So all you
Welcome to the
do is,
2020
you
Structures
just be in
Congress.
here,
This
and then we're
is
gonna run your
Generations at Work.
And we'll
I'd like
just
to
have you set
start
up
by
for Q&A.
welcoming you to
Perfect.
the end of work as
And
we
that's
know
playing
it.
now.
As
Just so
ominous
you
as
know, if
that
you guys are
might
watching
sound,
live,
we
then
know
you
that
can
we
see what
are
we're playing up
indeed
right
at
now.
the end of an era
So,
for a few
James,
key
this is
reasons.
Suzanne. I want to
Yes,
break in
we're
for a second because
experiencing a global pandemic right now, and
if I want to
yes,
be
you might be
watching
sitting
on the
there in your
test site,
pajamas, wishing
I
that
need
you were in St. Louis.
I need to cue that up. I don't think all of us have that
Big
up.
concerns to
And
indicate
is that
that
something
we're
we can do?
experiencing the
Have the
end
Zoom
or at least
open
a major
and
change in something.
So no, unless you
not what
have
I'm
headphones.
okay.
Because what's going to happen is there's a first of all there's a delay, a latency between what you're seeing in your Zoom meeting and then what's happening on the website. So if you have it open and playing in the background, we're going to hear it like 15 seconds later.
Okay, can't do that. Okay. All right. So
So the best way, if you really wanted to watch it, the best way is to have headphones on, and then you can be listening to the 15-second delay on there, or wait until we're done, and then you should be able to access it afterwards.
okay, I'll look at it afterwards. Thank you.
Okay.
So now let's pretend like we're going to get ready for the Q&A.
Yeah. Okay, so we are watching Sarah's video right now, and what we would be, who I need on is I need Glenn and I need Sarah to turn their videos on so that we can prep for Q&A.
So during these elements, Zoom is not going into the feed. Zoom is going to the webcast.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Glenn and Sarah. So when we come back, we're gonna come. I guess we're gonna come back to you, Glenn. Is that the plan?
After the pre-recording is done.
It's gonna go to you. Okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna count you down. I'll be watching it here. You're not gonna be able to see it in real
So
time.
here again, we
because
don't
it's
spend a lot of
happening with
time
a delay,
thinking about
okay?
it.
So
But
as
the
I'm
baby
watching it
boomers
here,
were the
I'm gonna
majority
count
of the
you down
workforce for
with the chat.
34
I'm gonna let you
years,
know
over
I'll be
3
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
decades.
go.
The
And when I
same
say go,
management
then
styles
you're
and
gonna be live on the
values
screen,
and
okay?
principles were in
Okay.
place.
Comfortable with
Many of
that? All
our
right, so right now we're
organizations are
playing it.
still
Go ahead and
largely
look at your
run by
chat, and
baby
I'm gonna start
boomers.
sending you a
However,
signal.
at the end of
And Sarah, you're
2015,
going
boomers
to
ceded the
react to
majority
Glenn.
of
If
the
he starts
workforce
speaking,
to the
then you
millennial
know we're on.
generation, a very young
Whenever he asks
generation.
you a question,
And
then
for
you
the
can
first
just
time in a
And
really
I just
long
want to do
time,
like
our
maybe 1 or 2
generation,
questions
our
just so we can
workforce
kind
is
of see
now
what this
getting
looks like back
younger
and forth.
instead of
And of
older.
course, this will be
This is on the
Brittany's
verge of
cue
ushering
to
in
be watching
so
any questions
much
and
change.
relaying those to Glenn
One thing is
as
certain,
those questions
change
come
is
in. Okay.
inevitable. We are
So, Brittany, have
definitely
you practiced that at all?
experiencing the
I know
end of an
you're
era.
muted right now. I can unmute you.
We especially know this in your industry.
I've
As I
been
was preparing for my talk
practicing. It's
today,
just a matter of making sure that
I did some surveys
Glenn is able
and
to see the questions when
interviews
I send them
with
to
some
him.
of your leaders, and
Can
here
you
are some of
send
the
me one now?
comments
I'm
I
not seeing
received
anything
in
yet.
return. Our industry needs to
Okay, go ahead,
reboot,
Brittany. Just
not
now, just
remain
send
in the
him a
1850
make up a
mindset.
question.
Any
So
of
The
them.
world
he
is
can see the
changing.
chat.
We need to change as
Okay,
leaders to keep up.
got it.
Otherwise, we're going to be
Okay, all
completely
right.
automated.
So Glenn, you'll be watching that,
Or how
saying
about
any
this
new
one? We need
questions
to
that
be
come up.
focused on
Do you have
emerging
questions to
leaders,
go off the bat in
teaching
case we
them
don't have any
leadership
immediately,
skills,
or how do
negotiation,
you plan to deal with
communication,
that?
other
I
critical
will. I
skills,
haven't
because our
made any up
future
yet, but
leaders
yes, that's a
are
good
going to
prep
have
thing.
to be able to do
Okay.
things like
So
be
I'll have
creative,
questions in
communicate
queue.
ideas,
in
care
this
for
case,
others. It's not going to be just leading in terms of calculations and mathematics anymore. They're going to be able to, they're going to have to do the things every generation at work. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. It was an honor to be here.
15, guys.
So all the Zoom conversations should now be going to Zoom goes live. Should be going live.
Yes.
Now we can take a few questions. Sarah, where did you learn all of this stuff? You might know I made that one up.
Yeah. Oh, I observe trends and started out, I do lots and lots of research, polls and interviews. Glenn, how's the weather right now in England?
I'm not in England, but Alistair can tell you that. But in Boston,
You're in Austin.
it's gray and we're expecting some rain. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
That was perfect, guys. So you guys will go back and forth. I guess Brittany, who will be queuing them to say, okay, we're done? Who's going to be that person?
I guess that would be me. I'll just let Glenn that we don't have any more questions.
Okay.
And what about if we run out of time? Is that also Brittany to tell us that?
If someone will tell me when we're out of time.
Okay.
Well, so James, we need you to watch the time on all of that too.
Okay.
There's really only going to be 10 minutes probably for Q&A. So it really only a few questions, Glenn,
Yeah.
But I think, James, we need you guys in the control room to kind of watch all of the timings.
Yeah, we can cue Glenn like this is the last question.
That's what I was going to ask. It would be helpful if someone can say last question.
Yeah.
And I may even say that to Sarah. We have time for one more question, Sarah.
Okay.
We'll
How's
keep
the
an eye
weather
on
in
that.
your part of the world?
We'll be
watching the timing. If we get to 2:35, we'll be giving you guys a note on that, like, we're the last question or 1 minute or whatever it is. We'll send that in the chat. Okay, Glenn?
So
Yep.
because we don't want to disrupt your conversation.
James,
Yeah?
go ahead.
Okay. So that brings us to Glenn is going to bring us to a break. So Glenn, you can go ahead and say your line there.
Thank you, Sarah. Now we'll take a 10-minute break.
And then we just put up a slide just now that is saying that we are on a break. So we have gone through Sarah's presentation. We're going to play music. We're going to have a 10-minute break. And we're going to come back to Laura. So can we get Laura?
James, can I break in with a question again? Just to clarify some things again for everyone about how the chat is going to work. So Brittany will have access to both screens. She will be seeing the virtual chat feed from the virtual event page. Luann will be assisting her with the banter and chats there. Brittany is going to be pulling out of that any questions to elevate to Glenn that she will private message to him, and only Glenn sees those. No one else is going to be seeing those.
Correct.
So that Glenn can ask the question of Sarah. Sarah doesn't need to be seeing or following any chat.
Correct.
Correct.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
And Jennifer is going to, help me get this right, be looking at this too with Brittany to help identify any questions as she needs to help. I'm not quite sure what those connections need to be. Brittany, Jennifer, what are you?
Jennifer and I have already worked out. We have a chat on the ASCE chat that for technical questions, especially with Dawn and the cross presentations, if she sees a question that she's like, this one's really good, make sure to elevate this one. She'll send that to me and I'll send to Glenn.
Okay, that's our chain. Everybody comfortable with that? Any questions or issues?
Would it be beneficial for me to send a couple of questions in case there are no questions as samples that in a pinch Glenn
That
could?
would be helpful. That would be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you guys. I'll go on mute again.
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this
is going to lead us to, we're coming back from break.
So I need Laura and Glenn, you can turn your camera off, but you're going to turn it back on during the presentation. And I've got Laura here. Okay. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to have Laura is going to speak her paragraph, and then we're going to start a pre-recorded presentation. While the pre-recorded presentation is playing, that's a 45-minute clip. That's when Glenn, Alistar, and Andy are all going to turn their cameras on. Laura's going to turn her camera off after she finishes her paragraph. And then we'll have the Q&A guys ready to go during that presentation so you guys are all queued up. Does everyone follow that? So far?
Yep.
So during our 10-minute break, everyone can turn your cameras off except for Laura. And then just Glenn, Alistar, and Andy, be prepared when the presentation is playing. You guys are on deck to turn your cameras on. So I see that Laura is on mute. There she is. Okay, Laura, I'm going to count you down in the chat. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to count you down.
I don't see your chat though.
Stand by. Okay, here it comes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back from the break. It's my pleasure now to introduce this presentation by Glenn Bell, Alistair Sloan, and Andy Herman with developments on CROSS US. This new program of confidential reporting on structural safety in the United States. After they present, there will also be another live Q&A chat with our audience. Remember to submit your questions at any time during or after the presentation via the chat box on your screen.
Good afternoon. I'm Glenn Bell.
And we went straight to,
I was introduced earlier in this virtual Congress event as the current president of SEI. I'm also one of the two directors of Confidential Reporting on Structural Safety US, or CROSS US. This session is about structural reliability, but not in the sense that we usually discuss it at Structures Congresses. We have no equations. We're not going to discuss reliability indices. But a reliable structure is one that has a high probability of survival and low probability of failure. As structural engineers, we seek to design innovative, elegant, sustainable, and efficient structure. But in the end, avoiding failure permeates everything that we do. Whether you're an entry-level structural engineer, a project manager, or company leader, you must be ever vigilant. We must use every tool in our arsenal to assure structural safety. And we need to continuously learn and grow.
Not yet, Glenn.
Learning from failures,
if
our own
you
and
have that,
those
if
of
you're prepared
others,
for
has
that.
always been an essential part of learning and growing as
Okay.
structural
All right.
engineers,
So in this case,
individually
what I'll do
and
is I'll just count
collectively.
you down so you can know what you're looking for.
As a
and,
profession, we've
maybe if
learned
you
how
guys just
powerful
spend, you know, a
systematic
minute or 2
learning from
minutes just
failures can
talking back
be,
and forth so we can
but it's
so we
also
can mess around with
difficult.
this a little bit.
And our
All
attention
right.
to it is ebbed and
Just
flows.
I'm counting you down.
However,
Glenn.
we recently introduced a system to the United States that helps to overcome.
Glenn, don't start. Don't start. I'm going to count you down in the chat, okay?
Oh, I got it.
13, 11, 10, 9, anytime.
Great, and I see we have some questions from our viewers. The first one is for Andy. Andy, has the cross reporting system been connected to US DOTs?
Glenn, we actually made a visit to the FHWA last spring to introduce them to CROSS before it came out, but we haven't had any DOTs yet tie into us.
Thank you. Is that enough?
That's good.
Question to ask Alistar one? Let's hear Alistar. Go ahead and ask Alistar.
Alistair, has the CROSS system been connected with the highways groups in the UK?
Thanks for that, Glenn. Yeah, that's a good question. We do, in fact, have a connection with Highways England. They're the organisation who run all the highways. They manage the design and construction processes as well, and they send reports in directly to the Cross UK programme.
All right, guys, that was perfect. And we're going to go ahead and drop out to the next thing is going to be a break, I believe. Where are we at?
Laura's announcing the break.
Okay, so this is what we were looking at, and it might just be easier. Does it make sense to have Glenn say we're going to a break instead of Laura?
Probably simpler.
Yeah. I would say that would make sense unless you guys feel otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, go ahead, Glenn, and take us to the break.
Okay. Thank you, viewers, for the great questions, and thank you, Alistair and Andy. We'll now take a 10-minute break.
Perfect. Okay, great. So now we just put up a slide. You don't know it, but we just put up a slide. So we are on a 10-minute break. And now we're going to come back to, okay, so now we're going to have Don and Glenn. We're going to start with Glenn after a 10-minute break. And Glenn has some stuff to say. And then we're going to go into a pre-recorded session. And then we have Glenn and Don on Q&A afterwards.
Right.
I think based on that we're not able to turn on video, we might have to have those two guys in that Q&A room, or will they just go to turn on the video afterwards?
Let's get there. Okay, so for this, Glenn, what's going to happen is we're just going to come back to you from the break.
Right.
And then John, if you could, once Glenn is done, we're going to start a video, and at that point, then I'm going to have you come on at that point, Don. So don't turn on your camera, don't unmute until Glenn is finished and we've gone to a video. Okay?
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so for now, we're just going to mute Don, and we're just going to have Glenn. I will give you the countdown in the chat, Glenn, and we're going to come back to you, okay?
Right, got it. Hello again. Now I'd like to introduce Don Dusenberry on Performance-Based Design is the Future. Don joined Simpson, Gumpertz & Hager in 1975 and serves as a consulting principal there. He's taken part in numerous complex investigations, analyses, and peer reviews of buildings, building components, bridges, and other structures. He has extensive experience in investigation of failed and civil mechanical structures. Don is an active participant in numerous professional organizations and is former president of SEI. He currently chairs the SEI committee that's developing a course to advance the profession from prescriptive to performance-based design practice. Don has written extensively on failure investigations and topics such as structural performance under extreme events, including blast, fire, and disproportionate collapse. Following the presentation will be a final live chat Q&A with Don. Submit your questions anytime during or after the presentation via the chat box on your screen.
Thank you, Glenn. It's a pleasure to be here. It's been a long time since I have missed the Structures Congress, but of course, under the circumstances, we're doing the right thing.
So at this point,
I'm very happy
Don,
to
you
be
can go ahead
part
and turn your
of
camera
our
on,
video
please. Unmute.
version of the Structures Congress,
Very good, perfect.
where I'll speak about performance-based
I'm gonna
engineering.
unmute you, Don. I think.
Clearly, I'm not going to be teaching you about performance-based engineering, but I do intend to present some slides that create an argument that we should be moving in that direction. And hopefully at the end, we'll have some discussion about it and add some clarity to the matter. So at any rate, thank you very much. We'll get started. Topic of my presentation today is performance-based design is the future. This is an interesting topic for me because I've spent a large portion of my career contributing to developing prescriptive codes. I've been involved with ASCE 7 since the late 80s. So now I'll spend probably the rest of my career working to dismantle a lot of what I have been doing in the past. The inspiration for this actually comes from work I did for SEI earlier in the 2000s. In 2013, we prepared this report on the vision of the future of structural engineering. It was an interesting exercise because we spent a lot of time thinking about things that are coming our way and things that might influence our profession, how we might be better prepared for it. So interestingly enough, you can take a look at this if these matters are interesting to you. The easy way to get there is to navigate through the SEI Futures Fund page at the ASCE SEI website. And of course, the Futures Fund page is a good place to spend a little time too. So part of what came out of that was identification of some of the relevant influences that are going to impact, are presently impacting and going to impact our profession. And among those that are relevant to the issue here at hand are technology and codes and standards. So let's talk first a little bit about technology to see what. You know, while you're doing that, I didn't see any chat coming to me about starting my camera or anything like that. Are you doing that?
Okay. We were counting down Glenn, which is fine, But so Don, no, I didn't send you any chat because you would have come on during the 45-minute presentation that's going. Is that?
Yeah, we're and everybody's call.
So I don't get a chat from you. I just watch it, and at some appropriate time, I turn on my camera.
Exactly correct. Yes, and what James is just saying right now is we're developing a cue sheet right now that we're going to send to everyone, and so it's going to tell you, okay, Don, you're turning on your camera when Glenn says this, at a certain time or a certain voice cue, one or the other. Okay, so everyone's going to have a one sheet of piece of paper that tells them when their camera's on, when their camera's off. Does that make sense? All right, Glenn, I'm going to give you the countdown. I'm going to give you the countdown one more time.
Okay.
And so, Don, you're just going by Glenn's cue as far as when he's live, because he's going to know when we're live, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Don. Next, I'd like to introduce, oh, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. We're on the Q&A, aren't we?
He was ready with the thank you, Don.
I got ahead of myself. Sorry.
All right, you want to count down one more time?
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, Don. We have some questions from the audience. The first of these, Don, is how do you see performance-based design impacting our traditional standards, such as ASCE 7 or the International Building Code?
Well, I can imagine a couple of things, Glenn, happening as a result. First, the standards that engineers will be using will change substantially, but a document with the extensive information that's in ASCE 7 may well become a reference document, a codes that engineers use on a regular basis.
Follow-up question. Do you see performance-based design in time completely replacing prescriptive design, or do you see a future where there are alternative choices?
I would expect there will be alternatives. I can imagine fully that simple designs, regular buildings could still be done through prescriptive procedures. There may also be performance procedures for that type of building, but it's the more iconic structures that I would expect will more routinely be done through performance-based approaches.
Thank you, Don. Great answers, and thank you to the audience for questions. Next, I'd like to introduce SCI Awards Chair, Dr. Jerry Hajar, member of the SCI Board of Governors, and CDM Smith Professor and Chair of Civil and Environmental Engineering at Northeastern University, for a brief announcement about this year's awards.
Thank you, Glenn. Honoring those who've made significant contributions to the structural engineering profession is one of the highlights of the year. Individuals are nominated by their peers for achievements in publishing outstanding papers, dedication to technical excellence, and by providing exemplary service and leadership to ASC and SEI. Once again, we have an impressive group of ASC and SEI award winners. Congratulations to each of them, and thank you for your excellent service. After this session, please take the opportunity to view the award recognition program and video linked from asc.org/SEI.
Thank you, Jerry. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the 13 SEI members shown on this slide who advanced to SEI Fellow this year. The SEI Fellow grade of membership recognizes distinguished SEI members as leaders and mentors in the structural engineering profession. Prospective SEI Fellows must apply to advance from the SEI member grade. Congratulations to the 2020 class of SEI Fellows. A few announcements and reminders. The highlight of Structures Congress for many student and young professional participants is the Meet the Leaders Breakfast, giving them the opportunity to mix with industry leaders and hear their career insights. I'm pleased to announce that we will carry forward this opportunity virtually on April 14th through 17th with a pilot on ASCE Collaborate Integrated Buildings and Structures Forum. We'll start with ASCE board member and SEI past president David O'Day and ASCE 7 Wind Load Subcommittee Vice Chair Sherilyn Henry, who will host a discussion online. This requires SEI ASCE membership. If you're a student and want to participate, SEI ASCE membership is free, so please join to access this program. I encourage all SEI ASCE members to take advantage of both the Structures Congress online community and the Integrated Buildings and Structures Forum on ASCE Collaborate. Reach out to your peers with discussion questions to connect virtually. You may access Structures Congress 2020 proceedings free via ascelibrary.org through September. And remember to take advantage of your member benefit, 10 ASCE free PDHs. I invite you to review the 2019 SEI Annual Report, Advancing the Vision for the Future of Structural Engineering, at asce.org/SEI. Please get involved with SEI and contact me or Laura with any questions. To wrap up our program today, I'd like to introduce you to SEI President President-elect Joe DiPompeo. That was a Freudian slip there. President of Structure Workshop in New Jersey. Joe is going to be a great SEI president next year. Joe?
Bear with me 1 second. I was going to print this and okay. I hope you all enjoyed the program today. Stay tuned for more opportunities to engage while many of us are working remotely. I hope to see all of you next year at Structures Congress, March 10th to 13th in Seattle, Washington, when we'll be celebrating 25 years of SEI. Be a part of this program. Sorry, I will have this printed and down here, so I'm not looking away when we do this for real. Submit your abstract or session proposal by June 3rd. Stay safe, and I wish you and yours a healthy spring season. Thank you, and please take a few minutes to complete the brief survey for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And
that was really good. Yeah, and we just went straight to a slide when you finished, Joe. So you just stopped speaking and then went over to a slide. So that was perfect. Well, this is a good start as far as like giving people prepared to what it's going to be like. But obviously, we still need a cue sheet, I think, so that people know exactly when to turn the cameras on, turn the cameras off.
James, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
So, so I want to ask first for this, all of our speaker needs, presenter needs, and then I have some questions on the staff end as well. But need to make sure that all the speakers and presenters are comfortable with this. What's your comfort level? Do you need to do this again? What are your, let's talk about that first. And then James, for our sake on staff, we need to be able to see, we need to look at the slide transitions with all of this because I didn't have that queued up. And we need to verify the functionality of that virtual event page. But that's secondary to the speaker and presenter needs and your needs for this session now.
So I have a suggestion, Suzanne.
Okay.
So when you were talking about the script and the
feel free to turn on your
queuing
camera.
of it, you know, our script that we have, if we